All right, we're here now.
Part 3, baby.
Welcome to Austin again.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
I feel like you're being called to Austin.
No, it's so funny. Every time I'm here, I get like these random texts from, I don't even know who it is, but they're like, how much do you want to sell your house for?
Wait, you got it again. I remember you got it last time.
Last time before we started recording, I got a text that was literally the same thing.
It's us.
Like,
we're actually
what's going on? Yeah, it's secretly you, like star 67.
Right. We're just trying to get you to move here.
Yeah. No, I would love to. I honestly love it. Minus like the parking garage and like
I
traffic.
think though, if you lived downtown, which we do, you wouldn't think that way because we walk everywhere.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok of this guy who was like, how worth it is it to live downtown if you lived in Austin? In my opinion, it's the most worth it, and it's what everyone should be doing. Unless you want a home or you want space. Like if you're what we do and you want to go to coffee shops, you want to walk the trail, you want to do anything.
It's just
you
like
live
leave your car and then walk.
I mean, I don't have a car. I use Jill's to go to the grocery store and a few other things.
All the things.
I live downtown because Jenna doesn't have a car. I think I would rather live somewhere else.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather save $1,000 a month on rent and like live 10 minutes away.
Isn't the whole thing the fact that we lived on the east side and we hated it because we weren't close enough?
No, because we didn't feel safe.
Oh, well, I have a whole different...
I think we had different
opinion.
Different
experience.
I didn't feel safe either, but I also wanted to be by
I don't really mind being like outside of direct downtown, but we're here and that's what we're doing. So you just kind of like,
do it.
Yeah. But it would be a very different thing, I think, if we both had our own cars and we weren't mildly codependent, but it is what it is. Yeah.
There's a theme.
That's okay.
Are you allowed to say why you're here in Austin? Or is
Yeah.
that top
No,
secret?
not top secret at all. I was filming a commercial yesterday for Be Balanced.
Okay.
Like it's for my brand.
Commercial.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I know. It's something that I've wanted to do for like a really long time just because I've been doing business for a while and like my day-to-day content obviously is kind of predictable, I feel like at this point. Mm-hmm. And I've had like some really good ideas. We had like a doctor kind of playing like a villain role. And so it's just kind of like poking fun at like what I post day to day, but it's not going to be like edited content like I normally do. It's like high quality. They had all the lights, camera. It was crazy.
I saw a guy in a doctor's outfit, but I thought that he was just a real doctor.
It was so interesting. The actor that did it, he like does little bits and roles, but he was like a super interesting guy. He's like a director and he's been working on like a movie for a few years, but the video guy like knew him. So he booked him. He was great, like did a really good job playing like this doctor type role.
That's so cool.
And then I'm going to LA like in a few weeks to do another commercial, but it's going to be like more artsy-ish. So I'm curious to see like the vast difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like really drawn to do that because I feel like social media right now is like super weird. Mm-hmm. And there's so many people that just like copy a lot of the stuff that I do.
Oh, I'm sure.
So it's like...
You're like, good luck with this.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to do a whole twist.
Yeah. What do you think is weird about social media right now? I feel like it goes through different waves of weird.
I think it's like the algorithm has shifted completely and there was like a huge, like everyone's feeling it. Everyone's been posting about it. But there was like a huge shift in the algorithm and it was like all the followers were shifting, like engagement was super weird. I feel like it's kind of coming back and like being a little bit more normal. But I've also just noticed like the other day, like people just copy, like, I don't know, nobody, like everybody is so creative. Like nobody's original anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like super frustrating. I was like clicking around and people are really good about like sending, hey, this girl like posted literally copy and paste of what you did.
Meaning like her photo, but your caption?
Like literally, yeah, some of like the text on screen stuff that I do, like that copy and paste, whatever.
Sure.
But I was like clicking around because someone was like, this girl's website like really looks a lot like yours. And I was like, no way. So then I'm because I do a pretty good job of like staying in my lane.
Yeah,
like I don't really like pop around to what everyone else is doing. Yeah. But this girl, I go to her website and it's like on my current website, which I'm changing, I have this like picture of my hands. Like we were just kind of playing around. Like it really wasn't anything serious. She literally copied like all the pictures, like all the text is like damn near the same. And my jaw was like on the floor. I'm like, what? And honestly, from a legal standpoint, like I could sue her.
Yeah, totally.
Because my website's all copyrighted. But I was just like, are you kidding me? Honestly, she looks dumb because.
Right. It's funny because I can relate in the sense, not website, but for a long time. And first of all, algorithm.
Yeah.
We often, and I'm sure you do, get people liking our old videos years ago.
Yes.
I don't know what they're searching or if I don't know how they're finding them. Yeah. And I'm like, please, like, stop reminding me that this was me.
Cringe era.
It's literally the biggest cringe era, but you know what? We all have it, whatever. Yes. And we used to get thousands upon thousands of likes on these silliest, stupidest videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the hell is that algorithm?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we're lucky if like 5 people see it. And,
I know.
And we've been building up our TikTok for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm with you in like the need to change things. And to whoever's listening to this, it's probably not relevant for 98% of you, but
it's interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And then copying too. When we posted a lot of like heavy gut health content, I would look and I'd be like, Jill, here's another. And I'm like, I just posted that.
Yeah.
You're posting it 3 days later.
Oh, like, it was like one that always happens is like Jenna will post about eating kiwi with the skin.
Oh, yeah.
And then like the next few days, you'll see like 4 or 5 girls be like, oh my God, the greatest source of fiber. It's like, no, Jenna didn't make that up.
Yeah.
But we had never seen anyone really talking about it the way she did, which was like literally eating it into the camera.
Yeah.
And then the next day, and you're like, well.
People are like, oh, that's good.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, listen, do it.
I'm going to go viral.
Right, exactly.
Or just post like, saw at Gut Talk Girls eating kiwi with the skin, and now I am too.
Like, give me a good.
Or even scroll to the bottom and put like video creds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I try to do that if I find any type of inspiration from anyone, because I'm so scared that people are going to be like, she's copying and not giving me credit.
Yeah.
So.
But that's what inspired me to do like a high-level commercial. I'm like, okay, none of you are copying this.
Right.
It's like all like original creative ideas. So
I feel like you post very like transformational content, very like inspirational. Mm-hmm. But I feel like people don't know that you're like really like spicy and like sassy like in your real personal life. Like I don't think you post that.
My boyfriend is loving this.
Yeah. Like, because last time you were here, we had dinner for like 3.5 hours. And we just like talked. And I was like laughing about it after because I feel like I'm the same way. Like, like we are like setting up. This isn't the normal studio room that we're in. We normally are, the room we were in last time together. And like, I'm like, Jenna's like, shut up. Like, don't say anything. I'm like, it's fine. It's just like, they didn't let us know. And like,
Jill's like so type A, speaks her mind. I'm like, come on.
And I'm also just like, call it out, like sassy but I don't feel like I post that much on social media because it's like, I don't know. Sometimes like you don't like.
I'm like, don't cancel me.
Don't cancel me. But also in certain ways, unless you're posting so much, which I feel like we all try to post, especially like as health and wellness influencers, we try to post majority just like helping others, health routines, and we're not doing day to or hour by hour life.
Yeah,
that I think most people can kind of figure out our personalities through our podcast, whereas you don't have a podcast. So where do you feel like your personality can shine? It's like, it's hard. I'm sure.
No, it is super hard. I feel like I'm also like stuck so much in like building a business and do it, which I could do a whole podcast about that. Talk about being sassy. But I feel like I'm so absorbed by that. It's really hard to even, people are like, we want to see like all the behind the scenes. And I'm like, honestly, it's kind of boring. Like I sit at my desk all day and, post my like regular content, transformative, like inspirational stuff that I know will do really well. But yeah, I feel like it's hard to really like share my personality, and maybe that like would help kind of push more engagement. Who knows? But yeah, I feel like it is kind of hard just not having.
Yeah, and especially I talked about this on one of our episodes where when you're a practitioner and you're talking about health, I've now kind of opened the space for myself to be able to show more of my personality and cuss and just talk about guys and stuff. But for so long, I was like, she needs to be professional and like straight and narrow.
Yes. I have like a hard time like balancing that a little bit. I'm like, how do I, like some things I'll be so, I'm not going to post that because I am worried about like that kind of imagery stuff. But it is so relatable. Like all of my clients that I talk to and I post, you know, about like going to Mexico or whatever, they're like, I loved that.
Right. Yeah. I know. So, it's funny when you're like in a client call and they're like, oh, you went to blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm like, well, I did. Yeah. I mean, I love it, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
Well, and we're also too, just like, we're sick and tired. We're very appreciative of all of the things we get sent. But like, we have 45 bags of protein powder. Like we want, like Aloe needs to send us a set. Yeah. Like we're trying to get a little bit more of like lifestyle stuff just because I mean, for so long, I feel like we showed 10% or less of our lives, but it looked like 90%. And I think that it's just difficult to, one, create consistent content with it. It's like you talk about the same thing over and over again, but it's also too like, I'm triggered by like the version we used to be a little bit. And so like, I don't want to post that type of content or like, I don't want to see it on Gut Talk because I feel like the extremes have started to like win because extremes are what gets views.
Yeah, no, right? It really does.
Like the algorithm pushes the crazy shit and not like I wake up every morning and I walk and then I eat
that's boring.
A quality breakfast. Yeah. And then like they want to see you like looking cute. Like Jenna and I crack up because like we're like I don't want to say the fittest or the skinniest, but like we're the least inflamed versions of ourselves. Yeah. And like people now, men, friends, followers, everyone likes us better. And but it's
it's sad, but it's the truth.
Right. And so I guess my point is just like we're kind of like F it. Like we were told like always be educating or inspiring.
Yeah.
And it's exhausting to like sometimes I'm not inspired by myself. Like I'm just holding on. And and so it's hard to like go and inspire other people. You're like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have it this week. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious, did you start your social media when you were still struggling?
Yeah, when did I start Be Balanced? I think it was like 2020. So yeah, I was still kind of like in the thick of like figuring out my health a little bit. But my content started out being strictly educational because I was like getting all my certifications, going through different trainings. So I was like really fascinated by all the information that I was learning. So I was strictly posting about that. And that's where I definitely saw a lot of traction. But then when I like really started posting like my transformation and whatever, like a couple years later, then I felt like it really started to take off. But yeah, that's where I like have a hard time balancing like what's too much and what's not enough because people have always followed me, I feel like, for the educational stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why I started the Be Balanced like business account is to like fully be
I know that one. Yeah.
Educational, and then I can kind of post my
like calls and lifestyle and
yeah.
And do you feel like, I mean, Jenna and I were saying today, like we want to like understand more of the like behind the scenes stuff, meaning like what you do every day, like your routine. You've made such a massive transformation. Do you feel like what you've done is like replicable for others?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is all about like consistency though. And I think people like really struggle with that. Like it is hard to be super consistent with like nutrition, taking supplements, doing all the things. And that's where I see like a lot of people fall off as they'll do it for like a few months and they might not be, I mean, and that's like consistency over like 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Like it's literally not something that happened in 12 months.
Right.
And people, I think, I mean, obviously we're all like so driven by Amazon Prime. Oh, I can get this today.
Yeah.
Or like instant gratification.
Like weight loss with GLP-1s. Like you can just start, you can shed 30 pounds in like a month and a half.
Yeah.
And
I think it's just like, that instant gratification or even just social media. Like I post something and I'm immediately like dopamine. Yeah. Where are the likes? Where are the views? So I think we're all very trained in that like instant mindset. that being consistent over 2 to 3 years is like, oh my God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But I did sacrifice like a lot of things to kind of be consistent and, you know, figure out my health too. But yeah, day to day, I mean, it's pretty boring.
Yeah. I
don't really do anything other than work. I'm being so honest.
Right.
Like if my day in the life, I think have I posted one recently? I can't remember. But literally I'm like sitting at my desk for hours. But yeah, like wake up, eat breakfast, work out, take meetings and calls all day long, make protocols, lab reviews, get my 10,000 steps in somewhere in between. I think do my nighttime routine, go to bed, and repeat. No, I'm not kidding.
I think that's relatable, though, because if you think about it, when people see you are an influencer as part of your job and they think that, or could think that you mess around, go to a coffee shop, twiddle your thumbs, right? But you're a businesswoman too.
Yeah.
And so many women listening to this are 9-to-5ers, right? Yes. They're super busy. And I think people want to look at you and say, like, I can do this too, because you are just strict in your routines.
Yeah.
And it might seem boring to you, but I think you reflect a majority of the people who just have a 9-to-5 job, who want to know how to, like, figure their shit out in the morning, get their steps in, take their supplements. And you're right, it is consistency. I would say for myself too, and I don't know if Jill would say the same, is it just clicked for me one day. It was like that consistency of just doing things over and over. Once my body was like, okay, like she's doing well for herself, that's when I kind of started to drop the weight. Like it wasn't immediate for me. It was a click after I had been doing it for so long.
I think I also like really started paying attention to things more when I was really struggling with a ton of symptoms. I was still going out a lot, but also my habits outside of that were not like ideal. I was very much in like a binge restrict, like let me destroy my body to kind of make up for what I did over the weekend.
Right.
So I did have a lot of negative habits in that way. And also just my mindset around my body was like completely not good.
Meaning what?
Just like negative thoughts about myself all the time, and also just being overly consumed with everything about my health, I think really impacted me negatively. I don't know about the weight perspective, but it's just like when I was like, you know, seed oils, oh my God, what's in this?
No,
you know, like I mean, all the things. I honestly was not really that healthy during that time period. Yeah,
I get it.
It's hard because I think the beauty standards have gone so far off the rails.
Yeah.
And when you combine that with the easiness of Amazon or weight loss drugs or surgeries, not surgeries like gastro bypass, more like, you know, like facial, like I just want to be.
Thank you for clarifying
because I just said GLP-1, so I don't want, I'm like not shaming, but I guess my point is like, I feel like when you talk about negative thoughts and like body image, it's really hard to like, I've started telling myself like, I just want to look like my parents and my grandparents, which sounds so silly, but like, I want to just keep those traits that are like, like my nose, like I don't have the perfect nose, but it looks exactly like my dad's. I've said this on so many of our podcasts, but I just feel like it's an important message to share. Actually, this is so funny. Like mini T, this weekend, Jenna and I, so we were at ACL both weekends. And are you familiar with ACL?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for anyone that's not, it's Austin City Limits. It's like a big music festival. Like think of like the Texas version of Coachella, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And we get wristbands from like some of the owners. So we have like, we're super hooked up. We're like in these like exclusive areas, which is like fun and great, like good for us, right? But we see the crazy, not the craziest, we see like the most put together
I'm sure.
women. Like it's like, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, what's going on? Like there's a lot of work that's done. There's a lot of like everything, right? And a guy who's a friend of ours said this in a joking way, but like definitely meant some truth to it. He's like, we were like asking him some questions. He was like, listen, like we were asking about like girls he was hanging out with. We're like, they were so pretty, da da da. And he's like, listen, like you girls are the ugliest girls I hang out with. And we're like,
oh my God.
And I'm like, and then Jenna's like, yeah, but we're the kindest and we're the funniest. And I'm like, and we've had the least amount of work done. And we're like, we're real people and we're smart and we have good jobs.
Oh my God, I'd be so
No, like, she's telling this right now, and I'm, like, pissed off the same way that I was when he told us.
But what I really thought was, like,
holy shit.
I'm like, my friend,
yeah,
I love you so much.
Is right.
But I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, because you have, like, surgery blindness. Yeah. You have filler and, like, Botox blindness.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell the difference between a girl that's just, like born, like, stunning and a girl who's just made it her life mission to, like, look good. And when you talk about, like, the binge and the, like, restrictiveness, like, we're sitting there eating chips and salsa galore. Yeah. And, like, every time I went into, like, this special area, I grabbed M&Ms, I grabbed gummy bears, I grabbed Nerds. Oh, my God. Like, normally when I eat, like, candy now, like, I'll eat, like, a Justin's, like, version of Reese's or something. Like, I can't eat regular candy because it just tastes kind of fake to me. Yeah. Nerds have never tasted better in my life.
You're like, I need all of them.
Yeah. But like, none of those girls were, like, going to reach for the candy. Like, they were strictly.
They're like, these
vodka water.
These are my calories.
Exactly. Right? Yes, exactly. But I just think that, I don't think that helps. And I'm sure, like, you deal with it in your own way because you're posting your body so much. Like, I know Jenna posts, like, so much more than I do, obviously. And I see it, but I don't know. I just feel like that conversation needs to happen as often as possible because I struggle with it. Like, I'm constantly reminding myself of, like, I'll, like, notice something that I don't like about myself. And I'm like, that's just, like, you're just a human.
Yeah, I know. Like, let's not be so mean.
But I think it's because we post. Yeah. And we're, like right now on the podcast studio, we're, like, you can see every angle. Yeah. And you're just not supposed to go through life like that. Yeah. And I think that's why people get... I mean, like, I'm not above Botox. Like, I might be getting it when I look at myself again and see another wrinkle. But
oh my God.
I'm like, it's one of those things where I think we see and we think we need to fix. Yeah. Instead of, like, seeing and just, like, being so, like, neutral with the thoughts. Yes. But again, that's what we're in right now. That is the, like, era of what we're in. We're in social media. We're in fixing. We're in skinny era. I mean, know how everyone's talking about, like, everyone's getting so skinny. Yeah. GLP-1s, which we want to talk a little bit more about that. But I think what Jill and I were talking about is what we wanted to talk more about with you. And we're kind of, like, going on tangents. But
that's what this podcast is.
Yeah, exactly. We're just talking. we become a tangent podcast. Is understanding from you how to transform yourself, your body, because, I mean, you have rock solid abs and, like, in a good way because you're taking care of yourself and you're fueling your body the best of your ability. How? Because I was looking at your abs the other day and I was like, I need her ab routine. That's the number one question that I have.
Do abs, like, every single day?
Yeah, that's what I need to know. But starting off, what do you think are the biggest factors that have contributed to your weight loss and health transformation?
I think, well, first of all, getting lab testing done and, like, really understanding what was going on with my body. My leptin levels, which is a hormone produced by your fat cells, kind of tells your brain, hey, we have enough energy, fuel. Mine were really low and I was actually really overweight. Like, at my heaviest, I was like 170 pounds, which is
and
crazy.
You're small? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like 125, like 130. Okay. Oh, wow. I know I always, like, feel weird about, like, talking about my specifics, but
for your specific body.
Yeah. Well, and it's helpful, I think, for people to recognize too that, like, muscle also looks a lot different on different body types too, because I have a lot of clients that come to me and they're like, I want to lose weight. But when you look at the numbers, I'm like, I don't think you actually want to lose weight. I think you want to put muscle on you. But anyways, my leptin levels were really low, but I was, like, pretty overweight. And I think that's also something to recognize too. Like, people will always say, oh, the BMI scale is, like, kind of off and whatever. But my levels were, like, way too much. Like, I needed to lose weight. Sure. And so, yeah, I started off at, like, 170. My leptin levels are really low. So I was chronically over-exercising and under-eating, which was completely wrecking my metabolism. So I actually started reverse dieting, which is where, you know, you start slowly increasing calories to increase your metabolic rate. So I did that for a little while. I started, you know, not working out as much as I was and really just shifting the type of workout that I was doing because I was teaching spin classes, running like 5 or 6 miles a day. Like my workout routine was literally insane. Honestly, once I stopped working out like that, I felt like inflammation and just puffiness, water retention started like leaving my body. So yeah, I did that. And to your question specifically too, I think, because I get it all the time, like what is the exact formula, the exact step? It's so hard to do that and spell it out specifically, because I also did like so many things that I think slowly contributed to my like physique and getting rid of the bloating and all the things. So it's like impossible to like spell out exactly what happened, but the workouts, like getting the lab testing done, really understanding my blood sugars better, like wearing a continuous glucose monitor. My blood sugar was dropping a ton overnight because my insulin and, you know, metabolism was so wrecked from like all the dieting that I did. So that was like a huge win, I think, for my body composition, was learning how to balance my blood sugars better. Going through like intensive gut protocols over like a whole year because my gut was like so wrecked. That was huge for just getting rid of that like 6 months pregnant bloat that I was stuck with. So yeah, I mean, I feel like those are the bigger points that like really started to shift everything for me. And like, back to my routine, like just really shifting those habits, I think made a huge difference. Not waking up at like 5 a.m. to go run 5 or 6 miles and then teach a spin class and then like lift weights on top of that and then go to class all day and like literally drink a protein shake. And that was like it.
Right. And were you doing some of those things because you were inflamed and you're like, this is the only option?
And I was
what you thought was.
I was so gaslit by doctors because I would be in that super inflamed state, like super bloated. I didn't have a cycle. And then I would go to these doctors. Obviously, the one thing that I was most concerned about was my weight. I was like, why do I look so unfit and I work out 6 to 7 days a week?
Right.
And their answer and how they're trained is like, you're eating too much, you're not working out enough. And that was after explaining, I run 5 or 6 miles like every day. I'm doing weights. I'm like literally doing everything. And they're like, yeah, I guess you're just like not doing enough. I'm like, what? How the hell is this even possible?
In fact, I feel like I'm doing too much.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, I guess I got to like go back to doing more. So then it was just like this cyclical thing, and no one was posting about, I mean, I feel like now everyone's kind of come around to like the eat less, move more. It might not be the only way to like get your body to look the way that you want it to. And nobody was talking about how HIIT workouts were not ideal for everyone. Sure. I think in moderation now, like I have a different perspective around it, but no one was talking about this when I was like really struggling with it. I think a couple of people started posting about it, and that's where I was like, that's me, like kind of how people see themselves in me now. But it was just like this awful cycle of going to doctors and then just being like, oh yeah, I don't think you're working out enough. And I'm like, you're kidding. This is
You're like,
insane. So I'm like, okay, I guess I need to run like 12 miles.
Is that really what your thought was?
Yeah. I was like, I guess I need to like go. Literally, I can remember specifically doing like Weight Watchers in like high school because I was so desperate. And I was at that point too. I played soccer. I was like involved in so many sports. So I was like playing soccer. I was doing extra training to like get my performance up and whatever. And I was so I was so exhausted. I'm sure. Like I could not get through a whole day of classes and stuff because I was just like so tired. I was like falling asleep at my desk. Teachers were like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
Did you have PCOS?
Yeah.
Okay. And
yes.
Like, I get a little confused. Does PCOS go away? Like, do you not have it anymore?
Interestingly enough, I don't have like cysts on my ovaries anymore.
Wow.
When I was like struggling with all this, I was doing so much research because I was like, there's no way this is like my fate. This has to be a joke. So I would like get my lab results in. Stuff would be like high and off, and I would like literally research like, what does this marker mean? Like what, like highs, lows, like what, how is it impacting my body? How is it impacting water retention? So I went on like this crazy manhunt to figure out what was going on. So then I came across, I got some initial blood work done. Well, first of all, I was on birth control for a little bit. Immediately going on birth control, I gained like 10 to 15 pounds of just like water and inflammation. I looked like a completely different person. I was like, what the hell? So then I was like, I can't take that anymore. I tried like 4 different types because I was like, maybe it's the type of birth control. Tried 4 different types. And
which I'm sure was great for your hormones.
Yeah. Right. I also didn't have a cycle on my own before I went on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So to trigger a cycle, my doctor at the time, I don't even know if she's in practice anymore.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. She was just like, oh yeah, take this. It'll help. It'll make you have a cycle. And not knowing that birth control isn't an actual period, it's a withdrawal bleed. I was like, okay, yeah. So then, of course, I was on it for like a couple of months. I immediately felt like weird. So then I came off of it. And I feel like from that point forward, I like really just started struggling with my health in like so many different ways. And I was so young that it just felt unnatural. I mean, I was like doing Weight Watchers. I got my MyFitnessPal was on like the 1,200 calorie diet, like brought my lunch to school and it was like a protein bar and a piece of fruit. Like it was just, yeah, nothing.
Because you think that you just, like you were told you have to like eat less and move more.
Yeah.
And I think what I remember talking about with you last episode is how much you actually eat now. And I think people would be really surprised by that considering you are and you look so fit. That's reverse dieting, right?
Yes.
Wait, before you ask your next question, I had more questions on PCOS.
Okay, go. Yeah, sorry.
I have a friend who has PCOS.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to finish the
PCOS of it all.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's has PCOS, and her OBGYN is basically like, we'll put you on medication, but she's has insane mood swings when she gets her period. She's extremely painful periods, and she's retained some weight, extra weight that she can't seem to get off. And I was actually told her about you because I was like, go see my friend. And she's like, she's so expensive and she's not a real doctor. And I'm like, I feel like we hear that response a lot. And I was like, no, but like your real doctor isn't helping you. Like you're not getting anything done. Like, don't you want to?
She knows more probably about your condition than your real doctor.
Yeah. And so I guess like, what do you say to the people who have like extreme moodiness, severe period pain, weight retention that they can't get off? Like, what do you say to those people?
I mean, definitely do the testing. I think it is frustrating that doctors aren't better than they are, but they're also trained in a very specific way that's like, okay, we see this problem, here's the medication.
And here's the surgery.
Yeah. I also only have 15 minutes with you. Like, I need to make this appointment as quick as possible because I have like 30 other people that I'm seeing today. So I think it's just, that's what they're up against. And there are good doctors out there, I feel like, but it is kind of far and few between. I also feel like, I've done a ton of like training, education. I work closely with Dr. Carrie Jones like every single week, going over cases. Like, I feel like I know a lot. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose or treat anything, but I feel like I know how to put people in the right direction. And I also just hired a physician's assistant for Be Balanced to kind of have that like balance of official medical with like everything that myself and my practitioners do, because it is like a tricky balance that you have to legally make sure you're like in a good place for. But yeah, the PCOS question, I mean, definitely doing the testing, getting the pelvic ultrasounds, like seeing if you have cysts on the ovaries. Endometriosis as well is a big one, especially if it's super heavy, painful periods, like debilitating to the point where you can't function. That sounds a lot like endometriosis, which does kind of coincide with PCOS sometimes. But when I first got diagnosed with PCOS, I got the ultrasound done. I had the cysts on the ovaries, and then I got another one a couple years ago, because I was getting off my parents' insurance. So I was like, let me do this right before this is about to happen, because I know it's going to be like expensive as hell. And so she did it, and there was no cysts on the ovaries. So I really do think, and I don't really have, sometimes I get like a few symptoms that I'm like, maybe still there's like some lingering stuff. I mean, I run my labs like all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, like all the time.
Like how often?
Like probably every 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, like 8 weeks.
What labs
sometimes.
are you consistently running?
Like my thyroid, I always look at, or just blood sugar, insulin. I look at those markers all the time.
Just like to make sure that.
Yeah. Like,
because you can in a way too.
Yeah, like I can run them literally whenever
she can run them. She can look at them, just for anyone being like, oh my God, am I not doing it enough? Like you obviously.
Like wouldn't recommend that for like the average person. That's overkill, but I'm like, oh, why not?
Yeah. Okay, so I think what I would like to understand, which I think a lot of people have the questions, is you obviously have done a lot. Like I'm sure a lot of supplements, a lot of lab, but for the people who, and I'm trying to do this myself too, so I'll be selfish and I'll ask about myself, but I've been lifting a lot of weights, and I still feel like I maybe am dealing with a little bit more like metabolic. It's so much better, but I think I could go even deeper, further.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I don't think I need to be, well, maybe I do need to be counting my macros.
Yeah.
But what is your advice to maybe myself or to people who we're starting to put on muscle? We want to feel so much better. I mean, my skin was a problem when we talked to you. It's still an issue, which is I'm addressing it. But what are like the things that you really believe that you are like constantly telling people that they should be doing if they want to lean a little bit more in the right way?
Yeah. I think like I was saying like, oh, HIIT is bad and, whatever. But I think it's also like understanding how to fuel your body properly with that.
Yeah.
That nobody's ever taught that. Obviously, when I was like getting into working out and all of the things, I was also battling doctors telling me that I wasn't doing enough. But I had no idea how to fuel my body properly and eat enough to make sure that I wasn't negatively impacting my results or impacting muscle growth, just kind of all the things. But I would say, consistently tracking macros is probably the best way to build muscle.
And I literally don't.
Yeah.
Like it's maybe 80 grams of protein. I mean, I try.
Yes.
But I just have no idea how much I eat actually.
And it's hard and I try to explain that to clients.
Yeah.
I'm like, at least do it for like consistently for 4 weeks.
Okay.
Because it gives you the way you get to intuitive eating is by tracking macros, I think.
Okay.
I weigh my protein.
Yeah.
Jill does.
And I have for years. I think getting a cheap scale off of Amazon is the biggest hack, because I have no idea how much protein I eat a day unless I'm weighing it. And sometimes I will be severely under. Like I like to play this game with myself where I like put it all on the plate. And then I'm like, okay, I think I got it perfectly. And then it's like 2 ounces under. And so instead of maybe getting 28 grams of protein, I would have only gotten 14. And if you do that 3 times, like you're missing like 45-ish, 40 grams of protein in a day. So
which I see that mistake all the time. Okay. Clients will come in and they'll submit their little, like, I have them write out a food log. Here's what I'm consuming on a day-to-day, which is probably, most clients that I work with is probably what most people are doing.
Sure.
Or even like my dad's a good example. My dad's like getting balanced.
Yeah. Go dad.
Men are like so different, but my dad, obviously, like, I think just cutting out beer, like, honestly, solved it. But he literally lost 20 pounds.
Did he?
Yes. I'm like, oh my
so great.
gosh. Yeah.
You're like, and your bill is in the mail.
Right.
Yeah.
Does he live in Kansas City?
Yes.
Does he?
Yeah. My whole family.
Wait, how close are you to your parents?
Like an hour.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, not far. But, yeah, that was my birthday present or Father's Day gift, something like that, to him. I was like, we're going to run some labs and like fix some things here. So that's exciting. But no, he's a good example because he works 9 to 5, like, you know, typical person. And when he submitted his food log, and most of my other clients are also in the same boat, where it's just like so dramatically under what's going to actually help you build muscle. And then for women, not necessarily some other people, but for a lot of women, they're like, oh, I'm going to F45 every single day. I'm running 3 miles every single day on top of this.
Right.
But I'm also eating like this little amount of food. And I'm like, okay, that's why you're not seeing like that you have biceps or abs. Like building muscle requires a lot of calories, specifically a lot of protein and carbohydrates. So then when they start tracking macros, I think they realize, oh, wow, I'm like way under in protein. Another mistake that I see is like a little too much fat. Fat in the diet
is so hard to keep.
I know.
It's
but
so
it
hard.
really is key to like having that like lean, super lean look. Although like if your hormones are wrecked and you need every single hormone we have in the body is created from cholesterol. So that's why healthy fats are essential for hormones. But if you're like missing your cycle and stuff, increasing fats is good and helpful. But if you're really trying to be specific on like leaning out and building muscle, dialing in the fats is like critical.
Yeah.
And lots of carbohydrates. People wouldn't think so.
What are your favorite carbs?
I love sweet potatoes. I do like grains sometimes, like rice. I'll do rice. What else? Fruit. I love fructose and fruit. Really simple. I mean, I feel like those are like the primary ones.
Yeah.
Like beans sometimes too. Really good source of fiber. Oats. I love overnight oats.
I wish I could get with the texture of overnight
I know,
oats.
they're kind of like...
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I like them.
Maybe we should get back on our oats grind.
Okay.
It's super easy and simple. But yeah, I mean, I think carbs are helpful, but obviously make sure you're not like super insulin resistant. One major mistake that I made on my healing journey, and you guys definitely remember this little trend that was going around, the pro-metabolic diet.
Yes.
Oh my God. So I was like, okay, I have to follow this diet. This was when I was really struggling with PCOS.
Yeah.
And there was a few big people that were posting about this and that it was just like the solution to everything. And I was like, oh my God, let me dive in. And it's like honey, fruit, protein, liver, like raw milk. And it was like really high in fat, really high in carbs. But I was like following it. My blood sugars had never been worse. And I gained not a ton, but I definitely gained a lot of weight from following that diet because it also heavily emphasized like you can't do any cardio, weightlifting maybe a few times a week, and I was wrecked. And so then I went down this rabbit hole of actually I saw this TikTok of this girl that was like, when you followed the pro-metabolic diet for 6 months and then you did labs after and found out you were pre-diabetic. I was like, oh,
that is brutal.
So then I went down this whole, there's Reddit threads on the pro-metabolic diet and stuff, which I'm sure it was like in
no, I was paying attention.
It was like 2020, I think.
Because I'm so about eating to support your metabolism. That's what I do.
Yeah.
But I think
which that diet was like.
Yeah, that's an extreme. And once again, it's another extreme.
Yeah.
What you're saying, which I think we talk about a lot, is the idea of protein, carbs, fats, but finding the right amount for you.
Yeah.
And we're all different. We all have different body size. I mean, like we all should not be eating the exact same thing.
Yes.
We work out a different amount. I think what people try to understand and what I just haven't put enough time and effort into it. Maybe part lazy, maybe part used to be orthorexic and was so obsessed with food that I needed to take a big ass break from it. But what I want to do now, because I've just really healed my relationship with food and my body, is, okay, how do I eat to be a little bit more specific to achieve my goals? Because now that I've been on my weightlifting, muscle building journey.
Yeah, I see your shoulders.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. She was literally out the womb with those shoulders.
But like I am way more muscular than I was.
She is, but she's had, like, there's a photo of her when she's 7 with the most
funny.
cut arms.
Yeah.
She's literally born.
I've always had these babies, but they just can lift a little bit heavier.
It makes me so mad.
That's
I'm like,
amazing.
how did you get that and I didn't? Like, what gene am I missing here?
Jeez, that's so funny.
It's like what? Like lymph health? I don't know. Like you're like
What are you saying?
You water retent there.
No, because I actually I'm probably in like the better shape I've ever been in, and I do carry weight in my arms, but like I don't have any right now, and I just am still like.
All right, well, yeah, it is some type of genetics, and I try to stay transparent. But what I'm trying to say is I want to get a little bit more specific, because if I am wanting to put on muscle, if I'm just messing around with my food, I'm not reaping all the benefits that I could from weightlifting, and then also like putting on from weightlifting and then like making sure I'm fueling too
properly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like when it comes to counting macros and stuff, I know you do a split for your clients, but what can people like myself start doing to figure out how much we should be eating?
I think there's a quick, what's the calculation? I mean, they have macro calculators out there that you can like.
Do you think those are accurate?
I think most of them are. I can't remember the exact ones that are.
Doesn't ProMix have one?
Well, yeah,
they have like a protein calculator, I think.
Oh.
They might have a macro.
There's a lot of companies, like supplement companies out there that do have macro calculators. If you're really on a budget and like you just want to figure out somewhere to start, I would like look at it and honestly see if it looks like realistic.
Okay.
I always say though, the best way to kind of assess where you should be, because some people might be eating like 800 calories. I mean, I've literally seen it. Of course. They need to eat like 1,900 based on the activity that they're doing, their age, weight, all that stuff. First, track 3 full days of eating. So, like normally how you would eat, so you can kind of assess, okay, this is how much I'm consuming, and then do a macro calculation. Okay. ChatGPT, I don't think is as accurate with meal plans, or I don't know. I haven't tried the macro thing. Maybe it is accurate. But I know the meal planning thing is like not accurate if you're trying to like do the macros.
It makes mistakes all the time.
Yeah. Which it says it does.
ChatGPT I feel like makes mistakes from like in everything.
Yeah. But
true.
3 full days of eating. Okay, here's how much I'm consuming, and then find like a macro calculator or whatever, and then see like, oh wow, I have like 500 or 600 calories that I need to make up, and then that's where you do like the 50 calories to 100 every single week. Unfortunately, you do have to be super specific with your macros if you're gonna reverse diet, because if you go from like 800 to 2,000, you probably will gain weight. And increasing food does typically, for most people, not all the time, make you retain a little bit more water.
Right.
Because you're increasing calories like so significantly. But if you're weight training and like doing all the things outside of that, not drinking a ton of alcohol, you will see most of the time good results, and usually longer lasting good results.
Okay.
There's a huge caveat to that, obviously. If you have like really high insulin or just like a lot of underlying issues, like a lot SIBO, if you have a lot of gut issues, you can't like slowly doing that is going to make your problems a lot worse. So you have to like really control where your macros are at to make sure that you're not going to like flare in other areas.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh yeah, reverse diet and this is going to solve all your problems. You have to like understand that there's underlying issues that might not make you respond well.
I have SIBO right now.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been like fully, we did stool testing and with Genova diagnostics, and it came back like that. It's like everything else looks good, but it was like you need to get checked for SIBO. But I have all the symptoms of SIBO.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, okay.
We see it all the time.
That insane food poisoning virus a couple of years ago, and we think it like
manifested from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing. Like I feel really good day to day.
Right.
But this is like the last thing I need to like hammer out. I've just been really dragging my heels on it because I just know it's going to take like some really focused time. And it's just like hard. I feel like the holidays are hard, but then it's like it's always hard.
There's
like
never
you
a
just
good
have
time.
to, yeah,
you just
there's
have
never,
to, go for it.
The one thing I will say though is that the one thing that I realized recently because of Jenna is how much added sugar I was consuming without realizing it.
Yeah.
Eating healthy, but consuming like 30 or 40 grams of added sugar a day because it's like 4 here, 6 there, 3 there, and it just like racks up.
Yeah.
And like your protein bar will have 6 grams of added sugar. Your yogurt will have 5.
Yeah.
And like that's 11 right there. And then it's like my sweet treat has 8. Okay. But then it's like also that like coffee creamer that I use because that's my happy place.
I think I went through a period too where I was like trying to like lean out, build muscle, whatever. And I was more intuitive eating at that point too, because I had also just exhausted myself from like Weight Watchers when I was in high school. And like 1,200 calories, like that is exhausting. So I was like, I just need to intuitive eat. I need to focus on no seed oils. Like the quality of food that I was consuming was really good. And like I wasn't consuming any of those like artificial whatever, but I was eating honestly too much and that was like really wrecking the results that I was like not really seeing. And I was pretty inflamed at the time too, like just because I was consuming a lot of food and I was afraid to do cardio and I was still lifting weights and stuff. But yeah, I think once you like really start tracking macros, you're like, oh shoot, this is like a little much.
What do I use macros first? I find it to be like a really easy app to use.
I still use MyFitnessPal, shockingly.
Trigger.
I know.
Trigger warning.
I know. People
are you eating 3 meals a day?
I do like 3 meals and then like 2 snacks usually.
Because you've gotten yourself to this place where it's like we said, you can really fuel yourself. And also with you working out and building muscle, like that's huge.
Yeah. I posted a full day of eating.
I saw your macro counting or whatever.
100. This was like one day. The calorie count was 1989. I was like, oh my gosh, so Swifty of me.
Okay,
that
Taylor.
is so Swifty of you. Did you see that she's doing the 6-part docuseries on Disney? Like I might take the day off of school.
I know. Well,
school. I'm hungry.
Speaking of blood sugar dropping,
dropping. I know. Like I've actually I've had so many people ask.
We might need you to book an appointment with our.
But I've had my blood sugar tested multiple times, and it always comes back normal. But when I start to get hungry, like I'm like a dodo brain. Like
what would you say about that?
Wear a CGM. So you can see like if your blood sugar is actually dropping.
Okay.
Because it probably, because I was actually telling a client before this that just because you see it on a blood test, that's one little subset of.
Yeah. No, the past 10 minutes I've been thinking about the fact that I have a leftover Airhead in my purse.
Oh my God.
Okay. We need to talk.
I have, breakfast and then a snack, usually a protein shake. This is pretty much what I eat day to day. And then a lunch with an Olipop. And then I do dinner. That day was a little weird because sometimes my call schedule is so like back to back to back. I have to like bulk up my dinner and my, really all my meals, I guess, because like I don't have time to like snack throughout the day. But yeah, that's usually what I do. Like 3 meals and then I have like a little sweet treat at the end. I had the like Justin's like little peanut M&M things.
Have you tasted? Have you tried Alex? It's like an ice cream.
Yeah,
they have these little cups.
Good.
They're like tiny. They're just like snack cups. I was obsessed with those. Oh my God,
we got
so
some as a sweet treat the other day.
They're so good.
I bet it lasts one day. Like our little pint lasted a day.
It's so good.
It's so good.
And they're honestly like pretty like macro friendly.
Oh, are they? I was gonna say they have really good ingredients and it's a high quality dairy.
Yeah.
Okay, with your abs, I mentioned that obviously you need to be lean and eat right and fuel your body properly and be lifting, all those things.
Yes.
What are you doing for your ab routine? Because I'm trying to build my core.
Yeah.
I posted the other day that I have intense scoliosis. Like,
oh, yeah, I saw that.
Really, yeah. Like it's 50-degree curve. I have 3 curves.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's nuts. In a back brace for 2 years, whatever. You guys get the point.
And then her spine doctor like passed away halfway through her treatment, and so
I literally never went to the doctor again. I was like, my God, that's my sign.
Poor mom, she's gonna feel so bad again.
Yeah, no, but I'm fine because I mean, I work obviously on like keeping everything straight, but lifting weights and building a core is the best thing for me. Yeah. Because it's structure.
Right.
And so I deal with back pain on occasion, but my point is asking you because I want to build my core more.
Yeah.
I love how I'm like making this all about myself, but these were questions that came to mind.
Yeah. So what's your ab routine is what she's trying to get
how
at.
Are you building and maintaining and your core?
I'm not getting on my phone to be like rude.
No, please.
This is I program all the workouts for my clients and like my app. I usually try to train core 3 to 4 times per week.
Okay.
And I'll usually do like 3 to 4 exercises within that. And I'll mix in weighted abs, but also doing like body weight movements. I did Legree for like, I think 2 years ago when it was like really starting to boom. Yeah. I did it consistently all the time. And I honestly like didn't think I saw the biggest results with my abs.
Okay. Interesting.
But I'm also not genetically like... You know, a lot of Pilates girls, I feel like, are very genetically just like blessed.
Which people would look at you and think you're genetically blessed. Yeah. Which shows just how much work you've put in. Which
no, I love you, Mom, but no. But yeah, like 3 to 4 times per week, I'll do core and 3 to 4 exercises. It takes about like an extra 15 minutes. But yeah, I'll do that at the end of like certain lifts, and that's pretty much what I do. Okay. I have like a 4-week. I can send it to you if you want. A 4-week core specific guide.
Okay.
That I launched it like a couple of years ago, and it did really well, but I don't have it on my phone. But it's just like 4 weeks of 3 to 4 workouts per week, and they're like 15 to 20 minutes to add to the end. But yeah, it's like a lot of planks, weighted abs.
I don't do any of that.
Jenna's really gonna be insufferable if she has a butt and abs.
All you guys just get ready.
And that's like, I think that also is about consistency too. Like, I did Legree for a year and like literally saw no results, maybe a little bit, but I think when I really started like training my abs, I did not notice a difference until like 3 to 4 months into like doing it. And obviously, it's one of those things where you're like, damn, I've been doing, like using skincare products. I've been doing this for a month, and I like don't really notice anything.
Which, by the way, the oil cleanser from Prequel is everything.
Yeah, I know it like gets rid of everything. I know, it's amazing.
Yeah,
I love them.
I'm gonna start doing that routine. And because I think I just need to add it onto my arm lifts, because I'll do my arms and then I'll kind of just go home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really feel like I didn't do that much.
Which is so funny because in college for softball, whenever you finished your lift, you just did core at the end. Like it was just built in.
And so you like automatically just do core.
Yeah. And because I've done it for so long, like my workouts the past few weeks have been abysmal. Like basically since I did a high rocks randomly a few weeks ago.
Did you like it?
Well, I didn't prep for it. I took the place of a friend who like had dropped out. So like I literally ran twice before doing a high rocks. And it was insane. It was so much fun though. Like, which is a weird thing because
competition.
I love a good competition, but it was funny because I want to do one to see like how well I would do in the partner. Solo is a psycho thing to do, but
I have seen that.
Yeah, the partner ones I really want to do, but I'm also like, I don't want to put myself in this like constant fight or flight, and I think you just have to train properly.
Yeah,
the run kicked my ass. Like
how
it really
far
did.
Is it?
It's 0.62 miles, but it's 8 times. So you end up running over 5 miles.
What?
Oh, geez.
You didn't know that?
Did you run 5 miles, or did you split it between your partner?
No, your partner and you have to run together, and then you split the workout parts, the lifting parts.
I don't think I realized the endeavor that you took on that day.
I was exhausted. It's over 5 miles, and then you're like sled pushing, sled pulling.
I wouldn't finish it.
And then you do like
burpee to broad jump. You're doing.
Would you like to partake? Jill's looking for a partner.
Ski erg. No, our cousin Brett is doing it.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
I already talked to her about it. She's like the most disciplined person I've ever met. Is. I'm gonna be the weaker link for it. But what I was saying was that since then, which was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I haven't really worked out, and like I still have a little bit of a core. Like my core comes back so quickly because I've been doing core relatively consistently for like 10 years. Yeah. Because when we were done with softball, like we'd always like like our lifts would be like slightly different.
Yeah.
We'd finish and then our coach would be like, just go do core. Yeah. And then you just like grab a med ball and just like do movements. Like, you're like toe touching into like Russian twists, into like suitcase crunches.
So like, do that for like 6 months.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Not even kidding.
Okay. I'll do your program.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I'll post about it, but we'll link it.
I really want to do, speaking of like fitnessy things, I want to do, which I don't know about, but I want to sign up for the Austin half marathon. I was talking about it with
that's what Jill did.
Yeah. This was the year of my fitness things.
Yeah. I know. I want to do
it. It was so fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I want to do it. I want to like switch up my training to like train for something like that. But then
we'll cheer for you. We'll make signs. I'm not doing it again, but I'll
I was like, maybe one day I want to accomplish that too.
It was a really, like the high after, also I got broken up with 4 days before I ran the Austin half. So
you're like, I have to do this.
Well, we signed up together. It was his idea. And then we broke up 4 days before. So it was like a very, like my run playlist is called Revenge Run.
Oh my God.
And if you listen to it, you're like, who hurt you?
Yeah.
I was like listening to like JoJo and like Beyonce.
JoJo.
But it was the most like, I highly recommend running a half marathon right after a breakup. It was the most like biggest dopamine hit.
Oh,
it was so fun. I felt so great. I felt like I could eat unlimited amounts of food after, which was like really fun.
And it's so fun. I don't know. It's like, it was a little chilly, but it's, in my opinion, February in Austin is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It was February,
Yeah.
And
I took my jacket off halfway through.
Yeah, the vibes were so good. It was just awesome. So
you should.
I know.
We'll be there.
I want to train.
Yeah.
Or try to at least. I don't know how my body will respond, but we'll see.
Well, that's a good point.
I found that weightlifting helped a ton.
Yeah, that's what I've heard is like doing less runs than you think and then just integrating in like lower rep, like not going as, you can't build muscle really because it'll just like slow you down.
I had never run past 9 miles, I think, before, and like that you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to go to like 11 or 12, but I just focused more on strength training. I mean, like I didn't like get like an insanely great time or anything.
Yeah, no,
I
would
finished
be
in like 2:20.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I would not go for like a fast time.
No.
Like really just trying to like
you would
finish.
like really training.
I think I
trying to make it through the finish line.
Right, that was me. Like I FaceTimed my parents at mile 10. Like I literally was just like going for a good time and like not to cry. Honestly, I had 2 goals: don't cry and don't walk,
and just finish.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
would be like my
and it was so fun. I would do one at a different place. Like I wouldn't run the same route again because now I know like the easy and hard parts of the route.
Oh yeah.
But I would do like San Diego, like a palm tree moment.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like I would definitely train for another one. It just wouldn't be the Austin.
Yeah. I think. Kansas City has one. It's this weekend. But
that's
like,
cool.
Yeah, that's
right.
I might pass away, but we'll see.
Okay, well, this is great.
Yeah.
We
Now
need to go
we're
have
going to
dinner.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to La Piscina. Anything, just leave everyone. Where can they find you?
Yes.
I'm sure they know of you, but.
Yeah, find me on Instagram at Be Balanced by Micaela. Watch my commercial that's coming
Yes.
out.
Wait, is that airing on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that we can use audio because like copywriting, you know, you can't use like Taylor Swift.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be on Instagram.
Okay.
And yeah, if you want macros or whatever, you can reach out to me.
I'll link everything.
Yeah.
And I know I said earlier, my friend like looked and was like, "Oh my God, she's so expensive," but like you're actually really well priced for
comparative to what's out there.
Like
I
really
have my team is like, you need to increase your prices, and I honestly refuse to because I'm like, this is the best price that people can get for all the lab testing, all the things. But I do.
Because you have the one and done version.
Yeah, like all the testing included and everything. You can meet, and I'm actively trying to find ways to make it cheaper. Really quickly.
Testing's expensive.
It looks expensive to the eye of someone who's never paid for it.
Yeah, I was about to say, well, honestly, like, where is your healthcare paid?
Well, she's not gonna watch this. Her bar tab some nights is as much as your testing. So like,
But I talked to my physician's assistant because I was like, how do we get insurance coverage? Like, how can we make this more affordable? And she's like, honestly, it's not even worth it because most insurance plans are going to decline anything that you put their way that has to do with any work that you're doing. And most insurance plans will only cover the bare minimum basic blood work that you can imagine. And so somebody might save $50 if they submitted an insurance claim, or she submitted it for them. So she's like, it's not worth it. We're talking about pennies. So yeah, it is expensive, but I think it's obviously worth it. But people can do like a one-time consultation too. Like I offer that. So if you're more on a budget, you can just still get like good direction and not commit to like a one-on-one situation. But yeah.
Cool.
But yeah,
Yay.
let's go.
Let's go eat. I'm so excited.